Where is it, Glenn? Where's the yellow chair? Answer me!
It's there. Quite clearly there. It's very vibrant, isn't it? I forget how vibrant it is.
It's cool. Everyone misses the yellow chair. I thought we'll throw
I saw AJ mention it. I would just, I would sat here, Josh, just reading through everybody's comments.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that everybody's on there saying hello to everybody else and stuff like that. It's a proper nice little community. So well done, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ, can't wait for the mustard chair.
Can't wait for the mustard chair.
Anyway.
There, let me skid out of the way. Look. There you go.
Welcome. Welcome, yellow chair. Welcome everyone to the live stream. I didn't do a proper introduction because I didn't click live in time for some reason and confused myself, and it got all a bit of a thing. So, welcome to the live stream.
There we go.
And today, we've got a bit of a topic today, but I'm not going to jump straight into it because first I am going to read through some comments, see who's in the room with us, and let everyone else come in. I've kind of lost my way with who's with us again today because we've got quite a few here. So if I missed you, I apologise. We had some nice and early, but with us as always, we've got Jeremy Carl, who's sending messages of love. Don't forget to
shocked and stunned.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yes, don't forget to like.
Evening, Jeremy.
Jerry Cheer has been with us, but is out for the evening. But best regards to Phil, Glenn, Jeremy Carl, and all.
I did see Jerry saying bye to everybody, so I was hoping to kind of catch him before he went. But...
yeah, Woody's with us as well. Hey, all. Hey, Woody.
Hey, Woody.
Well, my friend. We've got AJ Bink. Good evening, AJ. Hope you're doing well. AJ. We've got a Slim Not fan. Sup. Hope you're doing well. Anthony Lipiello is with us as well. Good evening, Anthony. Hello,
hey, Anthony.
Out there. Hello there, everyone out there. Sorry, I've not got my reading glasses on. Sorry, just flicking through. Jerry Cheer is back with us for a second. Hey, Jerry.
But he's gone again.
AJ, Jerry. I'm lost. Help me out, Glenn.
Well, there's Big Juice. There's Aswilco. There's Cinema-san.
We've got
Lynn in the other room.
How are you doing, Lynn?
Hi, Lynn in the other room.
I'm scrolling through, and we've got Darren G. Good evening, Darren G. We've got John Robinson. Good evening, John. Hope you're well.
John.
We've got Batcave with us. Good evening, Batcave.
Hey, Batcave.
We've got Big Jace.
Big Juice.
Good evening, Jace. Good evening, Phil, and good evening, Glenn. He sent us as well. We've got Aswilco 97. Good evening, Aswilco.
Good evening, Aswilco.
There we go. As Glenn mentioned, we've got Cinema-san with us as well. Welcome to the live stream again. And we've got Findlay Archers. How are you doing, Findlay? Hope you're doing well. Big Jace posted, got your book yesterday, Phil. Came with a unique bookmark, a return train ticket. Thanks. Where was I going, Big Jace? Where was I going at that time? It may have been an audition.
Such random merch that you have.
Yeah. But before we jump into topic, I want to get to something else because I know we've been chatting about it the past few weeks. So I wanted to get on to something personal, the media room. This is my room that I'm doing up. I just wanted to give an update.
Let's keep it to under half an hour.
Yes. And the update is it's
plastered.
Yeah.
It's been drinking all week and it's plastered.
So I've been busy cleaning that out and getting it ready for painting next weekend. So hopefully when the painting's done, then we can get on with the carpet, media unit, and then I can start taking the absolute balls off it. So hopefully new TV and all of that as well.
Amazing.
That's been fun. That was partially my weekend of cleaning that out and fixing any little bits and bobs that need fixing before the next thing. But as it's messy with the plastering, I did bag some cables up there, but the plasterer still managed to get stuff all over it. So that was nice.
Of course he did. Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to say hi to a couple of other people before I do move on. We've got Pineapple Bowtie Productions. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo.
Samir Lot with us as well. Good evening, Samir Lot.
Yeah.
Looks Film Unboxings. We have lost a lot of legendary actors, and they were definitely missed. Absolutely. Yeah. And on the thumbnail, there was a legendary director on there as well. That's sadly missed as well.
Don't read out what Big Jace has said about your trade ticket.
Yes, I've seen it. I've skipped it. Thank you. It's from Alfreton to Nottingham.
Hey, you've gone to it there.
Not the last train to Clarksville.
No.
Absolutely. We've got Luke's film unboxings with us as well. Good evening, Luke. Hope you're doing well. I'm not reading Jeremy's comments. Oh, I can put it up on screen.
Yeah.
Look at that room Phil has. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the massive hook in the ceiling ready for the swing? Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
It's
be amazing.
It's going to be pulled down through the plasterboard soon, but I've got measurements of where it is.
Yeah,
got from
yeah.
the archers as well, just saying a bit gutted that you did not include Hulk Hogan in the thumbnail. Yeah, I suppose it did do some acting. If
movie star Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
let's put it another way. He was in films.
Yes, it was.
And let's probably leave it at that, really.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to kick us off onto the first section that we're going to be doing. So, have it. I wanted to get onto the physical media announcements because there has been something that has stuck out to me recently, and that is just it going absolutely mental for Ty West. You've obviously seen that both Pearl and Maxine are getting Second Sight limited editions from Second Sight. The good thing is with Second Sight, they are also doing standard editions as well. But at the same time, there's also that announcement for the A24 edition. So, yeah, I was wondering if you'd sort of thought about. Well, I know you've thought about these. What's your take on how they're being released?
I was thoroughly looking forward to A24 announcement, and then I have to say I'm not blown away by the artwork and the actual packaging and everything. And then cost-wise and things, as soon as I add postage and taxes and all that kind of stuff, it's £103, and I just can't spend £103 on 3 films. I just can't do it at all. So then I messaged you straight away when Second Sight announced Maxine. I was like, oh, they've got Maxine. Does that mean they're going to do the others? And then Pearl appeared.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got Pearl. Oh my God. Come on, X. Come on, X. No, they can't get the license in for X. Which just feels so... just a complete letdown, really.
Yeah.
That they've got part 2 and part 3 of the trilogy and haven't got the full caboodle, which is a real shame.
Yeah.
So yeah, I then kind of looked back at the A24 one, but I prefer the packaging, I prefer the artwork and everything for Second Sight.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
I think I'll just go standard further down the line, to be honest. Yeah. I've got them all on blue. That'll do me for now.
How do they compare with extras to the releases that we've got already? Because I've not had a good look into it. Because my initial thought with this was like, oh, new editions. I can get these new editions. But then I thought, I've got them on Blu Ray. I've not watched them all anyway. So I don't need to sort of rush into. I don't feel the need to rush into it. It is Ty West. I do like watching Ty West's movies and seeing the behind the scenes stuff, how we put things together and the making ofs and things like that. But I thought I don't particularly have that need yet to go in for a limited edition. So my thought at the minute is I'm glad these have been announced because maybe I can pick up a bargain on Maxine because I've got X, I've got Pearl as well, but I haven't picked up Maxine yet. So I'm quite happy that there might be a bargain to be had on that Maxine Blu-ray.
I was literally watching a bit of Maxine today, in fact.
Oh, was you?
Yeah. What I've noticed on the new ones are it says all new audio commentary. I thought, oh, great. And you have a look and it's not Ty West.
Who? Just some random.
I did not recognize the name, if I'm honest. Somebody will probably just tell me straight away, oh, that's such and such, but I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, I mean, there's no extras listed on the back of these. Did they have much on there?
There are extras on Pearl. I don't think it's listed on there. Or is Pearl one where the extras are actually on YouTube, but there's nothing on the disc? I can't remember which way round it is. Quite
possibly.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of money to upgrade these things, and
the extras on the A24 release are different to the extras on the Second Sight release.
Oh, are they?
Not completely, but there's a few different bits and bobs as well. So
Anything worthy though?
This is it. Like I say, a nice new audio commentary from Ty West would have been nice.
Yeah,
Second Sight normally do a very good job with all of their things where they can.
I'll give them that.
And they've obviously got a decent relationship with Ty West. I mean, I said a couple of weeks ago, it'd be nice if Second Sight released the X trilogy. Well, almost there. 2/3 of the way there.
The X duology. Yeah, but I do like. I'll give Second Sight one thing. I do like that they release the limited edition, but also have that standard option. I think it's still pricey to upgrade them for something that is quite recent, but the option's there. But I did notice that the packages only had the 4K, so I don't know if that's something to do with the licensing, that they can license the 4K, but they're not allowed to license the Blu Ray.
Yeah,
whoever already owns that.
Well, I was looking at who released X over here, and it was Entertainment in Video. So they do release 4K titles, but I've not seen them do any back catalogue things. Recent ones, it's been like Heretic and things like that. Having said that, I feel like it's them that's potentially doing Hereditary. So if they're doing Hereditary, they're probably going to do X.
Yeah.
But from a collector shelf kind of point of view, they're only going to do an Amaray. They've only ever done Amarays. They don't do slip covers or anything like that. So will people want to have a chunky Pearl box set, a chunky Maxine box set, and have a nice slim little Amaray at the front of it all? I don't know.
Or jump onto Etsy and get the specially made boxes that people have been producing.
Yeah.
I think that could add substantially to the price, but yeah, just buy the box on its own rather than overpaying for a box to be provided.
I mean, we've always said it shouldn't matter. And then a film comes along that you really love. And you go, oh, I want it to look really nice as well.
Do you think that was it Entertainment and Video, did you say?
Yes, for X.
Do you think they'd start to consider, it is, yeah, I just checked. Do you think they'd start to consider doing big boxes or anything like that, seeing how things are selling for other people once they've put them in these special packages?
I think if they're smart and sensible off the back of Second Sight doing Pearl and Maxine, they should do like a bit of a cash in, really.
Yeah.
Knowing people are buying those and they know immediately somebody's going to want to pick up X in a similar kind of box.
Exactly. Let me skip back to comments, see what people say before we before we move on. Before I miss him, we've got Raz Sucks in the chats with us as well. Good evening, Raz. Hope you're doing well. As Wilco 97, never X trilogy, or actually never seen the X trilogy on that. I really enjoyed X, but I've not seen Pearl or Maxine yet, strangely.
Get on it.
Cinema Sun as well, still have to watch X. Perfect time. There's going to be lots of cheap editions coming out, I think, with the new ones. Woody says Anaconda, which I'm going to swing back around to that in a moment because I know he's been asking people in the chat if they've seen the trailer, so we'll chat about that in a moment.
Okay.
As Wilco's never seen the X trilogy. It's worth a look. AJ Pink, Second Sight do great releases. I think they do. I think they are pretty good. I don't think they're the best, personally, but they seem to stack out a lot of interviews and things on there. I'd just rather see more behind-the-scenes raw footage that was shot on a set than the talking head interviews, which they tend to cram onto their discs. But yeah, they do put together a decent package.
I need to have a proper look at the Second Sight one, properly study it, because I mean the other Ty West stuff they've done. So what have they done? Sacrament, Innkeepers, House of the Devil.
Yeah.
I think Second Sight have done Ty West things. They've all been good. So maybe I need to read into it a little bit more.
Yeah. Joe McCarr says, really enjoyed X. Pearl and Maxine, not quite as much. Not saying the bad, just not as impressed as I was with X.
Yeah, I've said this to you. I really loved X. Pearl is just it's an acting kind of tour de force, to be honest, from Mia Goth.
Yeah.
And then Maxine I was slightly disappointed with, but it's one that's grown with me on rewatching, to be honest. It's not as good. It's kind of anticlimactic as part of the end of a trilogy, but it's still very good.
Yeah. Cinema Sun. Before anything else, I'm still waiting for a second sight release of Possession in 4K. Missed the Umbrella release. Yeah, someone else, Darren G. I haven't seen any of those Ty West films. Many people say X is the best one. I enjoyed X, but I've not seen the others. Would you agree with that, Glenn?
Yeah, X is the best of the trilogy. Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Ratha. Good evening, Ratha. He says hello. And
Philandro.
Second Sight Films is releasing Ty West films. They are indeed.
They are indeed.
Cinema Sun not buying the X trilogy for those prices. I forgot what the prices were on the limited editions for Second Sight, but I think they were the 37.
37 or 38, and then for the standard kind of 4K price of $24.99, I think.
Yeah. I think it was that. They'll go Rafa, but I do not see 4K Blu-ray and standard Blu-ray releases of 2000's Way of the Gun and Running Scared, the 2006 Paul Walker movie in the UK and Australia anyway. This is making me sad and annoyed. Yeah. Yeah, Way of the Gun, I'm waiting for a good release on. I've been waiting so long. I do have the imprint release, though, which is solid. I've not checked out the Lionsgate Steelbook that they've got, and I'm avoiding doing so.
I stumbled upon Running Scared the other day. I have that. I have a German release of it. Completely forgot I got it.
Jeremy Carr says, I have some custom covers I got off Etsy and eBay. I think there's more and more people producing them now as well. I
have one from ages ago. I've got an Evil Dead one.
Yeah. AJ Pink, not a fan of big boxes. Give me the standard release any day. Don't need all of that tat. Yes, I agree, but I still find a pull towards big boxes for certain releases. Really do. I'm finding it difficult to avoid, and same with the slipcovers. I say I don't care, and then something comes along and it's like, oh, it's got a slipcover.
I had that initial, like I say, when I saw Maxine and Pearl appear, I was like, oh, the artwork on those the artwork's the same on the slipcover.
Yeah,
you can just get the standard little Amaray. There's no need for padding, which is all it is. £12 worth of padding around it.
And as well, it's the thing of looking at those boxes. I think that Pearl cover is no end better than this one. I prefer the other Pearl cover. Shall I upgrade for the better cover? And I've done that sort of thing before as well, which is slightly ridiculous because we don't watch the cover, do we?
No.
A real Sketchman. For me, Pearl was great. X was good. Maxine was fine. I'm fine with the Blu-rays. Yeah, Brian Smith. Hi, Phil Glenn. Hope you are well. We are, Brian. Hope you're doing well as well. Slightly off topic. I'll bring it up anyway. Quint Davis, do you guys ever regret when you purge something?
I haven't done, if I'm honest. I've often said about this when I've had the cull, I've not missed a single thing I've got rid of.
No, I have slightly.
Have you?
I've not gone mad trying to track it down again, though.
Which was what?
Because it's not really important. I had an edition of Almost Famous, DVD edition. It was a collector's director's cut edition, but inside it had a CD of the band from the movie, whose name escapes me at the minute. I want to say Stillwater. It's not Stillwater, is it? But the name of the band in the movie, it's the songs that they did, and it's a CD of those songs. And
the song was called Fever Dog, wasn't it? So that's what popped in my head, thinking that's what they were called.
And I kind of regret getting rid of that, but not to the extent that I've gone chasing after it and looking for it on eBay and overpaying to own it again. It's not particularly important. It's not like I listen to it quite often, but I do miss some of the tat that was in that. But that's probably because it was or is one of my favourite movies. I think that's potentially why I sort of miss that being there, which is strange because I wouldn't have used it, I don't think.
I'm sure you can find one cheap.
Yeah, or just nip on iTunes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on there. There we go. As Welcome 97, the only second sight release I have is the new Robert Eggers' The Witch, since it has new cast interviews. It's a good film as well. I've stuck with the basic edition of that, though I didn't upgrade it. Yeah, I'm just flicking through the comments. There we go. Kill Shield. Prices. The wife found out how much I've spent in the last 6 months. She threatened to divorce me and take the kids if I continued. So I've ordered the entire Scream Factory catalogue.
Yeah.
It should have said, I'm going to be selling some of my Scream Factory discs here. Oh, goodness.
You could have made, and yeah, could
So
have made even more.
I regret not having all of the Purge. Don't regret that. They're not all great.
No, I don't regret that at all. I'm happy with the first one.
Before we get to topic, I've got an admission. I've got an admission while we're talking about purging and things like that, because I did the last video that I did. I was determined. I had the time to do it, and I was determined that I was going to go through my collection and purge load, organize them, what's going, what's staying, because I've got a good idea of some of them that are going. And I thought, while I'm doing this process, I'm going to do a video and talk through why I'm getting rid of things, why I'm going to be taking these things out of the collection and either selling or giving them away or whatever. And I was all, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this video. And then it came to it. I sat down and I just had this weird, I don't know, it's a weird sense of overwhelm, or I just felt wrong about doing it. And I couldn't bring myself to actually do this video and start pulling things from the shelf. It was,
I think the word you said to me were overwhelmed and slightly embarrassed.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
Because I wanted to try and do the video, taking things off the shelf and explaining why it's leaving the collection. I think there likely would possibly be a level of embarrassment of like, why did I do this? Why did I pick this up in the first place? Why did I maintain keeping it on the shelf? And
because you're a collector, and that's what collectors do.
I'm still determined to do it. It won't be my normal sort of video. It was going to be a very long video of me going through saying, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this because it's now worth this and I don't watch it and blah, blah, blah. But I had a good idea of what was going to go. But yeah, it was that overwhelming embarrassment. I couldn't bring myself to do it. And it was going to be a second video for that week. And I didn't do it. And I couldn't bring myself to do it.
How many of the 12 copies of Showgirls were you actually keeping?
I was just going to keep 2, one with the slipcover and one with the alternate artwork.
Yeah.
But no, that was the thing, and it was such a weird feeling because I know I want to get rid of these things, but that feeling of, I don't know if anyone else sort of has felt that way when they're purging movies or not. I don't know if it's because I was going to film myself and explain myself rather than just doing it. I don't know.
I have the blessing of not having a YouTube channel, so I can just go, that's crap. What's that doing on your shelf? That can go, and nobody needs to know about it.
Yeah. I mean, it was an example. I was looking through the horror section, and I've got the Scream Factory releases of Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. And I thought, you know what? Jeepers Creepers 2, that can definitely go. I'm not particularly bothered about it. I think Jeepers Creepers is a great film. But the second one, I'm not so bothered. And I know I want to get rid of that. And I looked on eBay. I think the pair together were selling something like 150 quid. So I thought, I can sell both parts together and put them on eBay, sell them for like even 100, and just buy the first one on Blu Ray if and when I maybe wanted to watch it again or replace it. And
I mean, the 101 release is like £6-7 at the most.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And yeah, it was awful feeling. I never ended up doing it. I'm still determined I'm going to do it. But that weekend, it just felt I couldn't. It was Friday. I was going to do it. I just couldn't do it. I wrote all these feelings down for potentially another video, but I ended up filming a different one this week. But I'm still of the idea that I need to get this done and go through a bit closer, because there's things that I've pulled off the shelf and shown in a video. Said, oh, it's silly owning this, and then I've put it straight back on the shelf. And it's like Fatal Beauty that I showed the other week. That's back on the shelf. And Our Last Starfighter's back on the shelf. And I know they're not films I'm going to get to, but I'm just finding it difficult at the minute, man.
No, but I think the video that you've done about, the Red Room and your sex swing and all that kind of thing, I think it'll be an interesting watch. Yeah.
Woody says, Phil's a hoarder.
Yeah, Phil's a hoarder. There is
a level of hoarding to it, and it's the justification reasons for me keeping it that sort of pushes me towards those hoarder tendencies, because I'm always trying to justify, oh, I'll keep it just in case, or it might come in useful one day. And no.
Well, my next mini cull is not actually going to be film related. Down there, they're all Stephen King paperbacks.
Yeah.
And then in the shelf you can't see, which is over here, they're all Stephen King hardbacks. I have duplicates of so many of them. If I'm going to read a Stephen King book, I'm going to grab a paperback. There's absolutely no reason for me to own hardbacks. So all of those hardbacks are either going as a bulk buy on eBay, or there's certain ones that are a little more collectible than others, so they'll go on as individuals. But I'm just fairly it's pointless. What's the point of having 2 copies of a book? There isn't any need whatsoever. So same with films. And like you've said, if it's films that you're never going to watch, no point being there.
Yeah. AJ says a long film video would be great to take your time with it. To be honest, AJ, it'd feel really weird for me if I'm not changing camera angles every couple of sentences and doing things like that. So it's new territory for me. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I think that's what keeps your videos fresh and different to everybody else. But then you do get complaints. Oh my God, it's jumping everywhere all the time. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll just sit still for half an hour and not move.
Jeremy says Phil's an archivist. Yeah, Phil's one of those.
You're a hoarder. You're a hoarder.
Absolutely. Jeremy Carr, I have rationalised to myself and others, but I know in real life don't collect physical media, but do collect other stuff.
You got windy pops.
He rationalises. Huh?
Yeah. You got windy pops.
Yeah, a little bit.
You need burping.
Yeah. John Robinson, I have the German 4Ks of the X trilogy, and the licensing is the opposite to X and Maxine are Cape Light, and Pearl is Turbine. They're all over the place for licensing for those.
Is there subtitles on Pearl? Because there's a section of that where her mum's talking German.
Oh yeah, that sort of. We've had that before, haven't we? When we've got foreign language films from Germany, and it's not had the English.
Thought about it. I can't remember what it was. I remember getting some action film, and I didn't think for a millisecond it'd be an issue because it was an American film. But then it was kind of like the terrorists in it were I was going to say obviously foreign, but not necessarily. They were foreign. And then because of that, I didn't have subtitles. So I had no idea what that actually broke into the building for. Takes the edge off.
AJ Pink says, most people own no films. Collectors have all sorts of justifications. Best to take it slowly, bit by bit. I agree. Johnny Carroted says, I can watch the Taxi films without subtitles, so French class succeeded, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm fluent as well. Le lapin.
Jerry Carr, having that might go back to one day is the problem I'm having with my audio drama and audiobook stuff, both on CD and MP3 on computer, taking up space. I think it's that fear, isn't it? Or maybe I'll watch it one day, but if I get rid of it, what if I can't? And yeah,
I think you probably will.
Tom G, I've got 2 copies of a few Blu-rays, 4Ks, but mostly of the Blu-rays can't be given away, so it's just easier to keep them. That was part of my reasoning for a long time, Tom. I had a lot of DVDs that I kept up in the attic because no one was interested in them. And the day came last year, I just took them down and thought, I've not thought about these things for months, years. So they just went off to the charity shop.
I know so many people kind of look on CEX and go, oh, they'll only give me 10p for it. There's no point. I might as well keep it. No, get rid of it for that 10p. And if it's only worth a penny, then just take it to the charity shop. Let them make some money off it. Get it off your shelf. Yeah.
Kill Chill for Showgirls is a brilliant film. It was a great day when I bought the Blu-ray as my VHS had worn out at certain parts.
Yeah. The tracking just wasn't doing it anymore.
Yeah, don't tell me which parts.
He needed a better copy.
Quint Davis would like to see Glenn do a video like Phil.
That'd be interesting.
I think it'd be interesting to see how you did with it.
Mine'd be awful. Mine would just be this. It'd be me sat in one position because I don't know how to edit.
Yeah. Wood says, I was refraining from making comments on Phil's videos about it jumping. Some of his videos remind me of Max Headroom.
You do resemble him as well. It's crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to? I'm gonna move us on again, I think. So what
I don't think I've ever said this to you, but there's somebody on telly that when I see them, they've got certain mannerisms that are so your mannerisms, and that's Richard Osman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's certain mannerisms that he does, and I see Phil. I do.
Yeah.
Never said that to you before.
It's quite tall as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a tall person thing.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
We're a unique breed.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm going to get on to the topic of the week.
It's the topic of the week.
So, as topic of the week, this came in from Woody. He wanted us to call out rest in peace to Robert Redford. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Yeah, he passed away.
Please, you.
I nearly said Robert Rodriguez. Yeah, he passed away this week, and yeah, it was really quite sad, obviously, because it's a legend through cinema, and the thing we enjoy, the movies and things like that, his name was legendary. Pretty much, he did a lot of strong movies. Woody asked if we could talk about potentially our favourite movies as his, or what he's done in the past, and what everyone else loves that Robert Redford had done. And I thought about this, and don't know how to say it, but I don't think I was ever the biggest fan of his movies. There was not much that sort of stuck for me as much as some other people, so I'm quite unfamiliar with a lot of his work, which, you know, maybe I shouldn't be. I should enjoy more of his stuff and check more of his stuff out. But yeah, it got me thinking, is there anything that sticks in your mind that he's done from his catalogue? My biggest thing was, showed in the thumbnail, was Sneakers. That's probably my favourite film of his that I remember, or that sort of stuck with me, and things like that. And
but again, with that, it's a favourite film of yours that he's in.
Yeah.
Rather than a film of his kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a strange one with Robert Redford, because he is. We all know he was an amazing actor. I think that's kind of goes without saying. But I think if we're all honest, if we were all asked our top 10 favorite actors, I don't think his name would pop into your head.
No.
He's one of those. I was kind of looking at the age that he passed away and things like that, and thinking of actors that are that kind of age. And, you know, you've got Clint that's older than him, and Lynn will be absolutely devastated when he passes. Mm-hmm. And for me, of a similar kind of age to Robert Redford, it's probably Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And I think about the roles that Robert Redford has had through his career, and then somebody like Harrison Ford, who was the man when I was growing up, because he was Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Yeah. Somebody like him at this moment in time, if it was him that had passed, I'd be reeling films off left, right, and centre. But other than kind of like Butch Cassidy and things like that, I'm ever so slightly struggling with Robert Redford.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing that gets me trying to think out, I don't want to word this in the wrong way, because I don't want to come across as not heartless, but uncaring or something like that. But the thing with these names sort of passing, it always amazes me across social media how many people have been fans but not mentioned their films in the past. Suddenly they're the biggest fans. Suddenly they're posting all of their movies for the actor on social media. I'm watching this with Robert Redford tonight. And it got me thinking, you know, does it affect our collecting in the way that when someone passes, suddenly all of their movies are being flashed about? Does it affect how we collect? Do I want to buy more of a certain person's movies because they've passed away and their name is suddenly sort of cemented in your head and things are being thrown about? I mean, I've been waving the Sneakers around, and because I see things popping up more and more, it's made me sort of I want the 4K of Sneakers a little bit more now. And it's on the Barnes and Noble sale because they've got the Kino sale at the minute. And, you know, is it an upgrade I really needed, or am I looking at upgrading purely because he's passed away now? Is it going to sell out because he's passed away and suddenly everyone else is interested in their movies?
So that's actually the FOMO aspect for you, and not that. Yeah, I think I don't necessarily do it with films. I think I do it more with music, and I think that's because when somebody passes away, you know, you hear their songs kind of suddenly all the time.
Yeah.
And I think with films, when an actor passes away and you see like a news report or something, and it flashes up all of these different images and clips from their films gone by, it kind of invigorate something. Don't you think it's a shame that this kind of outpouring of love for people is when they're actually gone and they don't get to hear it and witness it?
Yeah.
And we should kind of celebrate people more when they're here and not when they've passed.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It is sad that it takes someone passing away for certain people to actually look at their movies and give them a time of day. And everyone jumps on the bandwagon of I was a great fan of this person, having not always seen their movies, but suddenly they've got a bunch of movies that they're going to work through, which would never have happened if they didn't. And it is sad, I think, for that reason.
Well, like I've just implied, I'd be lying if I sat here and went, "Oh, Robert Redford, you know, I'm going to really miss him." Great actor, I have to say, he's not been somebody who I've kind of followed through his career and things.
Yeah.
It's more that I've watched films and he's been in them. Rather, I don't think I've ever kind of gone out of my way and gone, I want to watch this because it's a Robert Redford movie.
Yeah.
You know, Spy Game, I liked the look of Spy Game, and Brad Pitt was kind of peak at that point as well.
Yeah.
Robert Redford happened to be in it. He was always one of those actors for me.
That's fair. I'm going to jump to the comments and see what movies people have recommended for Robert Redford as well. I nearly did it again. I nearly got my name mixed up. Yeah. Here we go. Darren G. 3 Days of the Condor, Jeremiah Johnson, Sneakers, All is Lost, all great. I've not seen All Is Lost, but it's one that I remember seeing the poster of a hell of a lot, and I thought, that could be interesting to check out, but I never got around to it.
I think Jeremiah Johnson you picked up, and I nearly picked up, because that was part of the HMV Premium Collection, wasn't it, when that came out over here?
Yeah. It's actually in my crate for things for eBay, still sealed, because I don't think it's one I'm going to get to.
Oh, be that heartless git and put it on eBay now.
Yeah. And the natural.
Crash in on somebody's passing.
Yeah. Kill Shill. Rest in peace, Robert Redford. Was he in Indecent Proposal?
He was. Yeah.
Jeremy Carl, great actor. In a lot of stuff I like, but not a go-to, so to speak. Yeah, I agree. Kill Shill, I don't want to watch. Sneakers, a film about trainers, doesn't appeal to me. It's Sneakers is obviously it's got River Phoenix in as well, so
well, you're the opposite of that, aren't you? Because you really like that. You really like Kinky Boots as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Not the film, just the actual footwear. Yeah.
Tom G. I watched The Last Castle earlier this year. Good movie, better than I remembered it being.
Mm-hmm. That's the prison one, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to sound so basic on this whole Robert Redford conversation, but
Rafa, rest in peace, Redford. He will be remembered as a big and excellent Hollywood star. Darren J. Redford was great for helping young filmmakers with the Sundance Festival.
Yeah, I mean, without Sundance, you know, do you have Quentin Tarantino, for example?
Yeah.
Various other people.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah. You know, maybe they would have found another indie kind of avenue, but Sundance was just so iconic.
Yeah.
And was a springboard for all of these people.
Absolutely. As well, Code97, haven't heard of whoever you're talking about until just now. IMDb has got some decent movies in there.
Yeah.
Cinema-san, All the President's Men is my favourite, I think. A long time ago I watched it, though. A good time to revisit.
Yeah.
Ishmael, The Old Man with the Gun is a late Robert Redford movie, a great Hollywood star. I've not seen that one yet, but I did see it's being well recommended a few places. Quint, I always liked 3 Days of the Condor. John Robinson, Glenn says that it does have English subs when she speaks German in Pearl.
Good.
Antonella Piello, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Jeremiah Johnson, The Sting, Barefoot in the Park, All the President's Men. That's a bunch of recommendations right there.
Yeah, and like I say, whenever you kind of read out the films that he's been in and what have you, it's all films that you go, oh, I've heard of that, I've heard of that, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just going to inspire me to go to them because of him passing.
Yeah, Real Sketchman, it definitely affects others collecting when someone passes. I always notice that the retailers like Amazon will usually sell out after a few days. I guess people rushing to buy that movie or whatever.
Amazon have a habit of putting things on offer and really kind of pushing them when somebody passes away, which I think is a little tacky, if I'm honest, but there we go.
Yeah, Glenn sent me this earlier, which was a shop somewhere in the US, a physical media store, had a whole section up for Robert Redford. There we go. So again,
yeah, you know, they'll argue that they're celebrating his life and career.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, oh, we've got a load of his stock. Let's get rid of that.
Well, they know it sells. They know it sells. Skipping through John Robinson. I think sometimes we forget what great films they had done, but remember when they passed, so end up buying. I think so. It's it happens quite a bit. It happens to a couple of actors that I liked when they passed away. I found myself buying some of their older titles. When Patrick Swayze passed, I was picking up like Red Dawn and things like that. That never really did that much for me. But yeah, I was filling out a collection because they passed away. But Roadhouse was always a favourite anyway. I'm not excusing Roadhouse.
No. I don't think you need an excuse for Roadhouse.
No one does. Darren G. Redford was more of a movie star than a versatile actor. That's fair. It's fair. Real Sketchman, Redford never stood out to me as one of my absolute favourites, but The Way We Were, All the President's Men, The Natural, and
find his other comment.
Episodes of Twilight Zone, Nothing in the Dark. There we go. And it's not just, oh, there we go. Lennon in the Other Rooms pipes up. He directed A River Runs Through It, which is really good. Although I've only seen it once, I remember it being good. I think you should watch it again, Lynn. Make sure Glenn watches it as well.
But let's face it, Lynn, you only went to see that because Brad Pitt was in it. And that's kind of my point. It's kind of, I've watched films that have Robert Redford in it, but not because it's Robert Redford.
Yeah, he's not a draw.
No, he never has been, unfortunately. But maybe that's a generational thing as well. But then, like I say, you know, you look at people that are of a similar age. I think it's iconic movie roles, and I don't think he's really, other than Butch Cassidy, or was he the Sundance Kid? I can't remember. Either way, other than that, is it has he had an iconic character like that?
I don't.
In his career, probably not.
No, not that I can recall. But I'm sure someone will prove us wrong. Dean Watson just said, evening all, good evening, Dean. Talking to Redford, by coincidence, I have 3 Days of the Condor due to arrive soon. Here we go. Is that a new release, or is it one that has been out for a while? I've heard a couple of people mention it. I don't know if it's one that's newly released somehow, or if it is part of their sort of favorite movies in the past. Just wondering. But it's not just Redford. Obviously, Robert Redford passed away the most recently, but there's been a few names recently which have seen this effect come around again and again, because recently we lost Terence Stamp, Gene Hackman, and a while ago Tony Scott. And you know, it's not just the actors, it's when some of the directors leave us as well that you find yourself going mad for them, because Tony Scott was one that I nearly went out and bought some of his movies again from like CEX on the cheap, because it's like, I think they had like Domino quite cheap and Deja Vu and things like that. And it's like, oh, yeah, I need to get a Tony Scott movie because he's passed away and I need to remember his films and things. And you sit and thinking, it's like, No, they're not the films I need to remember him for. I need to watch the ones that I've got that I did enjoy, like True Romance or something else.
Again, with that, you're slipping into the director's collection kind of thing again, aren't you?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of, oh, I liked him doing this film, therefore I will own his other 5, even though they were mediocre.
Yeah.
And just going back to what I was saying, Robert Redford was clearly the Sundance Kid, wasn't he? Because his festival was called Sundance. I mean, yeah, common sense, Glenn. Come on.
But yeah, did you find yourself drawn to the Tony Scott movies when he passed away?
I said to you when we were going to talk about this subject. It's not something that has affected me in that way.
No.
Like I noticed somebody they were just talking about music, and they said about they mentioned David Bowie, and he was somebody that I was going to mention. When he passed away, I ended up discovering so much of his back catalogue that I hadn't kind of gone into before, and that was unfortunately off the back of him passing. So I'm sure a lot of people will do that with films, and they'll do that with Tony Scott movies or Gene Hackman movies or whatever. But film-wise, it's not something I've ever done. I've not purchased off the back of somebody's passing, if I'm honest.
No.
Tony Scott, there was ones that I liked, and you know, his death was quite a shock at the time. I remember that quite vividly, to be honest. Yeah. But there was always things that I liked and kind of wasn't that bothered about with him. Randomly, obviously, Enemy of the State was Gene Hackman and Tony Scott, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, something that again, I'm trying to be carefully word it, but the thing is with someone passing as well, sometimes the retailers and distributors can jump on it, and sometimes we'll see releases of things that we perhaps weren't expecting or weren't getting in the past, sort of new additions for old movies or a new revived interest. So they put something else out about one of their movies. And I think that's quite a nice thing as a fan. Not a fan of the person, but a fan of the franchise or the movie, that sometimes it spurs on those releases of a nice box set or a nice edition of the movie that you sort of forgot was out there.
Well, like with Redford, Out of Africa is it coming soon or is it out already?
I don't know.
But whoever's releasing that, I can't think who the company was for Out of Africa, but they're going to see their sales soar on that, I would think.
Yeah. I get you. Let's hit the comments again. Last movie standing. Brian, hey, how you doing? Tony Scott was the GOAT. I'm just gonna comment on one of Brian's other comments. Winnie the Pooh chair. You're so late to the party on the whole mustard chair thing. It's got its own fan base. Come on. Yeah.
Subscribe.
We've even got a slide, Brian.
See? It's popular, Brian. It's a draw, quite frankly, for people.
That's smart. Where is it? Just under the seat. Just pull out. With the draw.
Draw with the you can put things in it.
Brilliant. I do think Tony Scott was a great director. I just don't think he's as strong as people remember.
I think Tony Scott was great for the movies within the decades that he made those movies.
Yeah.
Would he have the longevity that Ridley's got? I'm not sure. That's me being polite. We don't have to be too subtle. I mean, he's been gone a long time, bless him.
Yeah, he has made some great movies though.
Oh yeah. But then, you know, for me, I mean, it's probably going to be True Romance being his best movie as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
A million other ones. He's a great kind of popcorn director and a good summer blockbuster kind of director.
You can see where he's influenced some modern directors.
Oh yeah.
Massively.
I don't think Michael Bay is Michael Bay without Tony Scott.
I was going to say Michael Bay as well.
Yeah. There's for sure the way he edits and everything.
Yeah.
Not that he's an editor, but you know what I mean. It's kind of he shoots in a certain way that you know he's going to be one to be edited in a fast kind of pace.
Yeah.
So yeah, influential and made some very, very entertaining movies.
Yeah. AJ Pink says Tony Scott's films are goated. There we go. Another big fan. You know, I've got my director collections through in the other room, and I've got like 20 directors that I've picked to try and get collections of. Tony Scott wasn't one of them for me. He wasn't high enough up in the rankings to get in my collections part. I'm not saying I've not got many of his movies, but yeah, I never put a collection together for Tony Scott.
The only complete director's collection I have is Tarantino.
Yeah.
Closely followed maybe by Del Toro, but then, you know, I've got things like David Fincher and things like that, but didn't particularly like Mank, didn't like The Killer for whatever reason. It just didn't gel with me whatsoever. These are things that I won't be putting on my shelf, irrelevant of whether I like that director or not. And, you know, we've said before, we shouldn't collect that way, really, because we've got space fillers. Hi, Ollie.
I mean, same sort of thing happened with Ozzy's passing a few months back. Sabbath and Ozzy are bigger than ever. They are indeed. They are indeed. Darren G. I bought all of my favourite Clint Eastwood films, and Happy is still with us.
Yep.
Do you want to hear something a bit sick?
I don't know. Put it that way.
I've got a crate of movies that I want to move on. They're going to eBay and things like that. And I have a box set that I'm waiting to sell. And I thought, you know what?
Don't say what you go back to say. Don't, because you'll don't.
Try and maximise the money.
Honestly,
do I sell this now, or do I wait a little bit of time to? Is it going to be worth more just purely based off that?
That dude has got another 30 years. He is going to be 127 years old.
Yeah,
still directing films. He's going to keep going. So I hope you don't make a single penny on it, you heartless git.
It was just a thought that crossed my mind.
Well, you shouldn't have said it out loud. There's certain thoughts you need to keep in your head.
Yeah.
You know, like your whole sex swing in your red room and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Fair. Dean Watson.
Internal.
Sean Connery was a loss. I remember a lot of his movies getting airing after he passed.
Yeah, he's another one, to be honest. I wonder whether Arrow would have done a 4K release of Outland if Sean Connery was still with us.
Do you think?
I don't know. I don't know whether they would. You know, it was released on Blu Ray as part of the HMV Premium Collection as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I bet you could find 1,000,001 copies on a shelf, and I bet when he passed away, a few of them got picked up, and that will have triggered somebody like Arrow to start going through and going, "Oh, Outland, sci-fi movie with Sean." We'll go with that. A bit of Sean. Everybody loves a bit of Sean.
AJ Pink, if I'm in the mood for an action film, Tony Scott scratches that itch. Love his style. And Darren G's followed that up with True Romance, Crimson Tide, and Last Boy Scout are all great ones.
I mean, Last Boy Scout is probably one of the greatest action movies ever made.
Yeah.
It really is. It's one of them that everybody always forgets about still. And then when you start talking about it, or somebody watches it again, everybody kind of goes, "Oh my God, this is amazing."
Yeah.
I think it's one of Bruce Willis's best films.
Shane Black as well. Right. It's Well, Crimson Tide is one of my favourites as well, to be honest. I think it's great. AJ Pink, I only have Scorsese and Nolan collections, no other directors for me. Ace Mech as well says, good shout on Crimson Tide. It's so watchable. And it also famously had the script dust up by Tarantino as well. He added some scripting to it for Tony Scott, I think just off the back of True Romance, and did some work on that. I don't think you can tell in certain scenes. You know, if you're thinking, Quentin Tarantino went in and did some tinkering with the scripts, there's a little bits that you can tell that Tarantino had tinkering with. Seen when Denzel's helping one of the lads on the radar, thinking like, be like Mr. Spock or something like that, and you can tell that's one of Tarantino's additions. I think, anyway. I think, Ken.
Yeah, well, that's the bit where his brown leather mother effer wallet falls on the things as well, isn't it? As well, and he has to pick it up and put it back in, and then Gene Hackman overdoses, and Denzel has to stab him through the heart with that needle and what have you to pump the adrenaline back into him and go, "Oh, you've got to steer this submarine, come back to life." Brilliant. Yeah, I remember it.
You've got to steer this submarine.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see his Tarantino influence.
Have you even seen the film? Have you even seen the film?
Yeah. It always gives me that sinking feeling, though, so I don't like watching it all that much.
Very good. Big J says Tony Scott, Top Gun, and Beverly Hills Cop 2. Love those films. Tom G, Top Gun, Man on Fire, Last Boy Scout, True Romance, Enemy of the State, Crimson Tide.
Right. Can I just point out that everybody's come to life now we're talking about Tony Scott?
Yeah.
There was a lot of people talking about Robert Redford, but it was like 3 main films that people were discussing. Now we've gone on to Tony Scott. Everybody's kind of burst into life.
Cinema Sun says, Phil, Glenn, have you ever mentioned your top 10 favourite directors? Just curious who they are. I don't know if we have mentioned them, really. Do we go? Do you go? I'd say, for me, I can work my way around the room. Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, Guillermo del Toro, John Carpenter. I'm going to lose track a little bit. No, I can't say Kevin Smith is not a proper director, really.
No.
I can't think of names at the minute. What have we got?
Kevin Smith directed films.
Peter Jackson.
He still doesn't pop in my head as a director.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say classic. Peter Jackson, I think, is great. I'd love to see more from James Cameron, to be honest, as well. But I wouldn't put him in my tops. Do you want to go with any names, Glenn?
Early Sam Raimi stuff, maybe.
Yeah, true.
Evil Dead movies, his Spider-Man movies.
I like Cameron Crowe.
Kubrick.
Sorry, I'm just looking around at my collection and just gone absolutely silent. Sorry, chat. I'm leaving you to it, but
that's all right. Well, maybe we'll just do it properly at some point.
Yeah, we'll do it properly at some point.
Rather than on the hoof.
The problem with doing directors as well, I'd love to pick a certain specific time chunk from certain directors who like, I'd like Luc Besson from here to here, but no further along. Or I like Paul Verhoeven from here to here, but these would, do you know what I mean? They've got chunks of solid films, but then the bookended by crap.
Well, on the Luc Besson thing, obviously, we talked earlier about kind of pre-orders and things like that. And I've been sending you pictures of that new Luc Besson box set that really interested me. The artwork's beautiful. 6 of the 9 movies are in there in 4K and what have you. $250. Absolute madness. Not happening. That's it. You can move on.
Sorry. Tom G, I think Tarantino did the whole script for Crimson Tide. Did he not? No. Not the whole script.
No, I didn't think that.
Yeah, he did I don't know if he was even credited for the work that he did on it, but he did a tune-up on the script. Grateful Black is with us as well. Good evening. Hope you're well. Just remembered the live tonight. Last movie standing, Brian. Tarantino also added all the Silver Deliver dialogue in Crimson Tide. I don't know what that is. What's that, Brian?
No, don't ask him. He'll
comment
again.
I made this. Tony decided not to use Quentin's suggestion for more shots of Gene Hackman's bare feet, though.
Yeah. Well, at one point, Denzel was going to suck on Gene Hackman's toe, and he said it's too much. It was too much.
Yeah.
Crimson Toes was what it was going to be called originally, and they just changed it.
Woody, only Tarantino movies is a director for me. As for Nolan, I love Interstellar and Inception. The rest are meh.
Honestly, I know controversial, but I think Nolan's overrated. I really do. I think his air of self-over-importance spills over into people a little bit.
Sorry, I've just seen the next comment. I will agree with you. Darren G, think RR made more Oscar-worthy films rather than fun, entertaining films. RR. Not
Robert
really.
Redford.
Right.
The guy on the thumbnail that we've been talking about. Yeah.
The Real Sketchman. I have all but one Tarantino film. I didn't like Inglourious Basterds. The other director that I want all of his films is Orson Welles. And that just quite surprised me because Inglourious Basterds was perhaps one of my favourites. One of my favourite watches in the cinema for a Tarantino film, because that opening, it just had me straight away. And I thought it was great. I wasn't keen on the deviation from
history
first watching, but I've watched it a couple of times since, and it gets better and better, I think. Just the little subtle nods to certain other things, and there's a lot of smart stuff in there.
I was kind of fine with it with Inglourious Basterds, with the whole history change, but I probably, I can't speak for everybody, but I'd like to think they were all glad that Hitler died. Yeah. Whereas when I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it took me out of it a little bit that he changed history there, to be honest. But I think that's because I was aware of the Manson story so much. I forgot a little bit.
I get you. So I think that's got to be one of the greatest movie openings ever. One of.
What, Inglourious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Tense.
Jeremy Carr, directors I have the most films of from their catalogue in my collection: Tarantino, Kevin Smith, and Kita Amemiya, or something like that. At this point, sorry if I butchered that name there. I do love other directors, but don't have as many of theirs. Fair. I really like Guillermo del Toro. I think he's great, and Darren G's just said Peter Jackson, who is another one of my favourites. That I think I mentioned him just then in the top directors.
Yes, you did.
I'll have to have a look at the others, because there's certain directors that I will follow that I like certain stylings of. It's like Peter Berg. I think his style of filmmaking is quite clever. I'm not saying he makes the best movies, but his style of filmmaking I do appreciate. So I will follow his stuff generally, even if it is Battleship. But I quite enjoyed Battleship, to be fair. I'll hold my hands up. I thought it was a decent film. I enjoyed it. It was a good popcorn movie, and I'd have picked it over a Michael Bay movie, to be fair. Even though it looks like one for the most part.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Grateful Black, did Luc Besson direct Alien 4? No, that was Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
It was.
Who was another great director. Amelie was fantastic. City of Lost Children.
Again, his early stuff, City of Lost Children, Amelie, and things like that.
I've not seen... I think he went off the boil. I've not seen sort of... was it Micmacs, was it called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I said to you, I showed you that... I sent it to you, that trailer for Dust Bunny.
Yes.
With Mads Mikkelsen in it. And I said to you before you watched that, it really reminded me of early Jean-Pierre Jeunet and early Luc Besson as well. Even though it is Brian, what's-his-face, that did Hannibal.
Pushing Daisies.
The
TV, and you can see a lot of that sort of stylings in Pushing Daisies, but I don't know if it was held back a bit slightly, because it is a unique style. It is really unique. So I'm
intrigued by that. Yeah,
definitely. Fuzzy Muzzler, I need love for Paul Verhoeven. There we go. I think I mentioned it. I don't know if I mentioned it before.
You did mention him. Paul Verhoeven for me is there's certain films that.
That's what I said. The chunk of time. Yeah. But he did knock like 4 or 5 out all in that sort of period. So he had sort of RoboCop, Total Recall, Starship Troopers, and
Basic Instinct.
Yeah, all of that, and then just went off somewhere. AJ Pink, how you feel about Nolan is how I feel about Tarantino, Glenn.
That's fine.
Jeremy Carr, Kubrick. I like a lot of his films. Seen some multiple times. Only think I own Clockwork Orange. And it was a Silver Surfer dialogue that Brian was talking about for Crimson Tide. I don't actually remember that in it. I'll have to watch the movie again.
Yeah, you won't, but you can say it.
Yeah. Brian, Nolan is 100% overrated. He likes to compare himself to Kubrick.
And he's not. Although he's just been made, Nolan has just been made the head of the Directors Guild of America, I noticed today.
I see.
So that's going to inflate his ego that little bit more.
I think for some reason the studios are finding that they can bank on him. And I think it proves it with The Odyssey, be it having tickets on sale already for the IMAX screening.
Yeah, I think, a year in advance.
I think the studios and distributors are making Christopher Nolan into a brand. And that brand is selling at the moment, and it's got a lot of fans rallying around it. And I think, they're double downing on that. And he's feeding into it. And like you say, he's getting...
Well, I noticed somebody in the comments said that I was blaspheming because Nolan is the king of, physical media. It's important that we have physical media and what have you. Del Toro does it as well, but I don't think Del Toro's a knob. And I do with Nolan, I'm afraid.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm never going to work for him, so I'm really not bothered.
No. Anyway, Real Sketchman. Christoph Waltz and Diane Kruger are the best part of the movie. But everything else was meh for me. I still appreciate that it's a piece of filmmaking.
What? Brad Pitt's Italian accent was amazing.
When he orders the three whiskeys.
Yeah, I find that bit quite awkward, to be honest.
Oh, do you?
Because I know he kind of holds his fingers up in the wrong way type of thing, and they go, oh, a German officer wouldn't hold their fingers that... And it feels a bit weak sauce, to be honest. That's kind of what trips them up and fail. The whole kind of thing falls apart because of that.
Yeah. Tom G,
you'll disagree with that one.
I do disagree with that one now. It's I think I said to you the other day that I've actually watched Death Proof more times than I have Django or Hateful Eight. I find it quite an easy one to go back to. I've seen it a few more times.
I think not enough people talk about Django. I think it's actually one of Tarantino's strongest when you watch it, the performances and everything. And it's a subject matter that he handles very well, I think. Death Proof for me, there's bits early on that are very good when you first introduce the stuntman Mike and things like that.
Yeah.
It's the second half of the movie that is stronger, I think. It's a bit kind of hit and miss.
Fair.
But let's face it, as part of the double bill, it's a damn sight better than Planet Terror. I think we can all kind of agree on that one. Maybe not. People will disagree with me on that one.
Dr. Fear. I like John Woo, but only his early stuff like Hard Boiled.
Yeah.
Again, I think John Woo was very misunderstood when he started to try and make American films, and it kind of spoiled him, really.
You see, I like Hard Target. Mission Impossible 2 is my weakest Mission Impossible movie. And unfortunately, it's because it is very John Woo, and I don't think it translates very well into that franchise.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
But
I made this. I love Nolan's movies, but I met him and his wife at the Empire Awards back in 2015, and yeah, that's all I will say.
Yeah, I think, Ollie, that's the general consensus of what I've heard as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear lots of things.
Yeah.
Jeremy Carr, Planet Terror or Death Proof? I like them both.
Planet Terror has its moments, and it's Rodriguez just going wild and doing whatever the hell he wants, really.
I love the bit with forgot the actress's name, when she gets injected with the stuff and her hands are gone and she's trying to open the car door and get them stuck, and then
I like the whole Rose McGowan replacing her leg with the machine gun and all that kind of stuff. It's absolutely ludicrous. But if I had the choice, I'd watch Death Proof over Planet Terror.
There you go, Freddie Rodriguez doing flips through the hospital hospital hallways and stuff like that.
Again, Phil, I think I'd rather watch Death Proof.
I'd watch them both again, individually,
Okay.
or part of the grindhouse with the fake trailers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Real Sketchman says Nolan is smart and he likes to show people how smart he is. I roll. Still can't get over the terrible fight scenes in the Dark Knight trilogy. He doesn't like directing action.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You've heard.
I've heard, yes.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm moving on.
Anyway, yeah.
Have you watched anything good this week?
I watched Americana with Halsey, Sydney Sweeney, and Paul Walter Hauser. And I thought it was very, very good. Lynn thought it was the best thing she'd watched in quite a while. It was great. It was really good. Really well written. The pacing was pretty good. It was just a quality little movie, to be honest. It was... Is it as good as something like Fargo? No, but it kind of reminded me of Fargo. A few people mention it being like Pulp Fiction. It's not like Pulp Fiction. It's broken into chapters and things like that, which feel probably Tarantino-esque. But
yeah,
it's what's something like Pulp Fiction? 2 Days in the Valley. Let's go with 2 Days in the Valley, because that came out the back of Pulp Fiction, didn't it?
Yeah.
Fargo meets 2 Days in the Valley, but really good performances, really well directed. Pootles along nicely. Not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'd give it 8 out of 10. I was quite surprised by it. And it absolutely flopped at the box office.
Yeah.
Made a few 100,000 rather than kind of hitting the millions. And it's a real shame.
Yeah.
I think it's one of them, unfortunately, because it's Sydney Sweeney. I think people think, well, I don't think people give her enough validation for how good an actress she is. She's an amazing actress. She's very, very good.
Very good.
Yeah, but no, it's a good film. Off the back of it, I'm going to get his name wrong. I feel like it's Tony Toft or something like that.
Right.
Directorial debut. He's mainly a writer. He's 50 years old, which is, quite late to make your directorial debut, but he's very good. But he's a writer on, he had a Western TV show called Damnation. That's quite well rated. We're going to give that a look off the back of watching Americana. And he's written like Poker Face and various different bits and bobs throughout his career. But yeah, we're going to give Damnation a bash off the back of it.
Right.
What about you, Phil? What have you watched?
I've managed to stay on top of Peacemaker. So I'm up to date on that. And other than that, I went to the cinema the other day to see The Long Walk, the movie from the Stephen King novel.
Oh, who did you go with?
I went with older guy, slightly grey hair. I went with you muppet.
Yeah, I know. That tells you what I thought of that film, because I'd completely forgotten I'd been to see it.
Yeah, I thought you had for a minute. I thought that was one of the first things you were going to go to.
No.
Memory fails. And I don't know what to think of it still, really. I thought it was fair. I thought it was okay. It just left me with more questions of why than anything else. It felt like it was based on a Stephen King short story, and it was almost like Stephen King had the base idea for this story, but couldn't explain enough of it out to make it into a sort of long, proper.
I think you're kind of on the theme of where I was going to go with what just popped in my head. I think it's another short story that doesn't transition well into a full movie.
Yeah.
I think it works as a short story, but that's because when you're reading a book, so it's not spoiling anything by saying they're walking for a very long period of time. In the book, I think when you're reading it and you're reading people's emotions, which you can't view on screen, kind of thing. So then when it kind of skips from hour 36 to hour 44, whilst you're reading, your mind is still kind of going through and going, oh, so I wonder how they were feeling over those last few hours and all that kind of stuff. And I think when you're watching the film, it literally goes hour 36 to hour 45, and you just start watching from hour 45, and you don't even give an iota of thought of like the time period in between. So I think as a story, it works. On screen, it doesn't transition across very well at all.
No, like I say, it's left me with too many questions about why they're doing this. Why? Because they know it leads to certain things. I didn't get the whole hierarchy or how the world was to push people to do this kind of thing, and I just didn't get it. I thought some of the actors were really good. I do think some of the performances were really good. But
Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is very, very good. And is it David Johnson? Is that his name? That was in Alien Romulus, played the android and what have it. He's very good.
Yeah.
I think the ambiguity works in a short story that you're just thrown into this world and you just kind of watch this little snippet of these people's lives. I don't think it worked as a film in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And to show what is a what's the terminology I'm after? Where the world's gone to crap in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, putting the odd car at the side of the road that's on fire isn't enough to sell that world and to fill out that world to make you even care, quite frankly.
Yeah, you didn't.
Post-apocalyptic was that. It's that kind of idea.
Yeah,
but it didn't really explain why they were doing what they were doing. Why, if you fell to one side, they did what they did to you, and it needed all of those things for you to actually give a monkeys about what was happening.
I agree. It ended up being average because it was just lacking in certain ways.
Yeah. I think in the build-up to it, I read so many things where people were watching kind of happy movies to cleanse their palate after the onslaught and the gut-wrenching experience they'd had watching The Long Walk. I don't know if I went to see a different movie. I don't know if you saw a different movie. Did we watch a PG cut or something? It just wasn't.
I can kind of see where people are coming from with that sort of opinion, but I don't think it was hard hitting enough to have that impact that you needed to come out and have a palate cleanse. Because speaking of Stephen King movies, Stephen King books that have been turned into movies, another one that you could argue that does have that impact that you feel just horrible after is The Mist. That ending for that really, really hits you. And that I did want to palate cleanse after, but the Long Walk, it just didn't sell that sort of feeling afterwards. For me, if that makes sense.
It needed to be like an hour-long episode of some anthology type thing or something, and it'd have been palatable then. But I still don't think it'd have had any real impact at all. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to see let's see what the guys have been watching. Let's see.
Yeah.
Darren G watched the new Naked Gun last night. It was awful. There we go. I think Glenn might disagree slightly with that.
No, I said there was amusing bits, but if you want to watch a good Naked Gun movie, just go back to the Leslie Nielsen ones. It's unnecessary, the new one. Let's put it that way.
Tom G, I watched the latest episode of Alien Earth and it continues to get worse, which is quite unbelievable. I'm only watching to see how low it can go. Oh dear. Because I quite enjoyed the first couple of episodes of that. I'm not up to date at all, but I was hearing good things, and then now I'm hearing bad things.
Yeah, I've not got on it at all yet, and all of these negative comments are just putting me off even starting. If it's going to go pants, there's no point starting it.
Fuzzy Musler, I was thinking of favourite low-budget films from the likes of Stuart Gordon-Frank,
Hannah Lotter. Pen and
Right,
water.
not sure if they should be in the same conversation, but it seems a shame they got forgotten.
I don't think they're forgotten. They're still going strong.
Yeah,
Dolls, Reanimator, From Beyond, all of these. They're all great movies.
Yeah, a couple of names dropped
Fun
dropped into the group as well. Good evening, Pietro, and hey,
Hey,
Tony.
Pietro.
How are you doing, Tony?
Hey, Stone.
Hope you're well, mate. There we go. AJ Pink watched 2 Cary Grant films and Inception this week. What are the films? Which films did he go for?
Yeah.
Woody went for Mayor of Easttown with Kate Winslet. Yes, I'm 79 years late to the party, but it was worth the wait.
It is well worth the watch. Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah. Grateful Black, is Oppenheimer Nolan's worst or best film, or is Tenet his worst or best film? I don't know. No.
I think I tried to convince myself that I liked both of them, but I've struggled with a rewatch on both. So
Fair.
I don't think I'll ever go back to them, to be honest.
No, I'm not rushing back to either. Either. Yeah.
Either.
John Robinson watched Peacemaker, Alien Earth, and Ballerina this week. Ballerina's new release, isn't it, this week?
It is this week. Yeah.
Antonelli Piello, I watched a few of my favourite horror films with anime horror movies. I hope you got some more horror upcoming because we're nearly into Shocktober.
Halloween season, yeah.
Yeah, so Meows a lot. Always got some movie watching. Watched this week Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Demon Pond, Cellar Dweller, Dogma, Alien Earth, meh. Still has some potential, but lots of daft characters. Fair. I'm not looking forward to carrying on.
No, I'm not going to start it.
Yeah. Dean Watson watched Superman 25, awful movie, Alien Earth, Only Murders in the Building, No Way Out, and Citizen 4. Fair. I want to start Only Murders in the Building, but at the same time, I'm trying to let them build up so I can binge it.
Is it fair they just slated Superman? Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with the awful movie thing. I quite enjoyed it, but I can't. I don't know if there's anything stronger enough I can say to convince anyone any otherwise on that, really. But I dug it.
No Way Out is an amazing film. It's a very, very good film. But you mentioned The Mist earlier, and I have the same issue with No Way Out as I do with The Mist. Once you know the ending, I think the film loses its impact a little bit.
Yeah.
Or watchability, rewatchability. I think it's one of them where you can rewatch it because you watch it in a different way, knowing how it ends. But then once you've done that, it's it loses its appeal ever so slightly.
Yeah. Real Sketchman watched Superman 25 for a second time last week. I liked it a little more this time. Still have issues, but I was entertained enough. That's fair enough. AJ Pink, are you looking forward to one battle after another?
Yes, we are.
I really am as well. So it'll probably be next week. I'd like to get on Friday evening, but I don't think I can. So it might be next week now. The Real Sketchman also saw Conjuring The Last Rites. Sigh. Brian, I don't think most Stephen King books translate well to film. I think the filmmakers perhaps have a wrong handle, or the studios perhaps have a wrong handle for translating King books to film or TV shows, because we have seen some do incredibly well and be incredibly good films. But I think it's got to be in the right hands.
I think the ones that do really well are the ones that are brave enough to go, okay, this won't translate all that well to film. We need to adapt it slightly. We need to change it slightly. You know, King hated Kubrick's The Shining. I think The Shining movie is better than The Shining book. I think there's elements that need to change. I think the Stephen King movies fall flat when they stick to the source so specifically.
Yeah.
You know, nobody should translate a book directly to screen because they're completely different mediums and they don't work in tandem. Things need to change. And I feel like The Long Walk was a little too Let's honour the short story. Well, pick another
Yeah.
short story.
Fair.
Mm.
Kill Chill. Question. Is there one film you must watch during Halloween? I always have to watch Matilda. My second choice is Trick or Treat. Great transfer from Arrow last year. Any for you for Halloween?
Toy Story 2. Sorry, I'm just picking random films like Matilda. No, I did. Will I watch Halloween? Yeah, probably. Will I watch a couple of Friday the 13th movies? Yeah, probably. I don't have specifics. I will just kind of like scroll through horror and find certain things and go, yeah, I'm going to rewatch that. I started rewatching Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter again the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And it was just, I had all the Friday the 13th to choose from, and I went, you know what? I'm going to go for 4. Why on earth not? Yeah.
Antonello Piallo, besides Redford, watching the 2 Superman movies with Terence Stamp in it got me intrigued to watching some of the old 60s, 80s, and beyond movies that he did.
Yeah, if you want to watch a solid performance from Terence Stamp, go with the Limey, Steven Soderbergh movie. He's really, he's just left to his own devices in that, to be honest.
In the thumbnail that I did, there was actually a Terence Stamp movie, just there, just on the right hand side. Link.
All right, Link. Yeah.
Yeah, Crazy Monkey one. That was okay.
I think that was on the poster, wasn't it? Crazy Monkey one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, have you seen Soderbergh's new spy movie, Black Bag? I loved it. I haven't. You saw it?
I've watched it. Brian, I completely disagree with you. I thought it was pretentious rubbish.
Oh.
Honestly, I got to the end and I thought, really? It was just... it just thought it was a lot cleverer than what it was. I didn't think all the performances were that great. Lynn bailed about 15 minutes before the end.
Oh, really?
And I watched it and she went, oh, how did it end? And I said, oh, this happened, that happened, that happened. I thought it was pretty poor. Pretentious is the word that I would keep going back to with that film. I had high hopes because of the cast and it looked stylish and things like that, but style over substance, honestly.
Yeah, Jace. I watched Snatch last night for the 100th time, just refreshing my memory as I'm meeting Alan Ford next Saturday. Fair.
Also, Gordon's in America.
I like Snatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was one of the few Guy Ritchie movies that I enjoy, to be fair. Super Steve Jones, big up for
Super Steve Jones.
Thank you. Real Sketchman. As for reading, I'm rereading the Silmarillion. For goodness sake, Silmarillion, and I'm thinking of watching the Middle Earth movies tomorrow for Hobbit Day tomorrow.
Oh, it's Hobbit Day tomorrow, is it?
I didn't even know that. I am planning Lord of the Rings rewatch soon. That might lead into The Hobbit, which I've still not finished watching, unfortunately. Dean Watson, Shawshank was a good adaptation for a short story. It was.
Yeah.
And Tom G says Shawshank and Green Mile and Shining and Dr. Sleep, all great films. I think they are.
Again, Shining and Dr. Sleep, heavily adapted.
Stoney, first film I remember watching as a kid was Saturday the 14th, comedy horror. Did you ever watch that?
No. I remember the poster vividly with the kind of bluey green looking vampire on the cover.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I remember the name, but it's never one I sort of delved into. Let me bring us up because I want to see. What people are picking up. Have you been picking up anything this week?
I've not picked anything up this week, but I picked something up a couple of weeks ago and forgot to talk about it.
Ooh.
And it has been on show, but nobody's mentioned it.
Go on.
Let me just flex my muscles because I need to flex my muscles to lift this.
Look at the size of that thing. What is that?
It's a beast. It's my Shining book, my Teschen book.
Good God,
we have talked about numerous times on the live.
You were just talking to me. You were just talking to me saying you're getting rid of the hardbacks because they're difficult to read. Everyone goes for a paperback, and then you whip out a box of a book that size.
It's just a box. There's nothing in it.
Unbelievable. Anyway, carry on.
Well, I'll tell a lie. I think there's bricks in it because it weighs an absolute flipping ton. So no, I mean you can, yeah, but
is the tat inside there as well?
I feel like I'm backpedaling on this, but we've talked about having coffee table books, and coffee table books are different to having a hardback book.
Yeah, okay.
There's not a hardback book of a novel. It's not The Shining. It's to do with the movie The Shining. It's not the Stephen King book. So what was I going to say about this? So yeah, we talked about this months ago, and it was £100. And then somebody on the line, it might have been John Robinson, I can't remember, said that they'd noticed that it had dropped to 60 something. And I was like, oh, great, it's coming down, it's coming down, it's coming down. It then went to 47. Like, oh, if it goes any lower. If it goes any lower, it then went up to 70 something.
Yeah.
And then it came down to 43. So I grabbed it at 43. And I've noticed now it's gone back up to £100. I'm having to use both hands on this because it does weigh an absolute ton. So I don't know if you can see in there, but an unprecedented in-depth look at the making of Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece of modern horror. So there's a couple of different things in there. There's a whole making of book, and there's a scrapbook, which is all photos and various different things connected to the video and whatever that his daughter did during the making of the film and things. So amazing. But yes, it's gone back up to £100 again.
Nice.
So that has been sat on the shelf over there for a couple of weeks, and I keep forgetting to mention it, and nobody mentioned it. So there we go.
No one spotted it. They're all drawn to your yellow chair instead.
Yeah. It's the distraction of the yellow, the mustard.
Fair. Have you picked up anything else? Have you picked up any Blu Rays?
No.
Or 4Ks?
No.
Good.
No CDs, no books, no nothing this week. What about you? What have you picked up?
Well, nothing. Nothing
okay.
This week. I've been distracted with the stuff on the house, to be fair, this week. So I haven't been concentrating on anything like that. But I did order. Let's see if I can find it. Something that you also ordered as well, a Tarantino book.
Yes.
Which is out in. Let me find it and I'll bring it up on screen.
Out late October.
Oops. Sorry. Yeah, it's late October. What is it, 26th? That's it. The making of Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
Share the screen. Let's see if we can show you this.
Do it. Share it, share it, share it.
That's not the one.
That's not the one. We both own that book, but that's not.
There we go.
This is.
Well, anyway, did you order this thing as well?
Yes. I've ordered it through Amazon.
I also have ordered through Amazon. There we go. The making of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's a nice big coffee table hard book. Yeah.
So I've started following the author of this. His surname's Glennie, randomly. Because I said to you, on the side, on the spine, it says number 9, which is obviously Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was Tarantino's 9th film.
Yeah.
He has in the wings already one for Inglourious Bastards and one for Django. And obviously the intention is that him and Quentin will be releasing a book for every single one of his movies. It looks a very nice book. The lettering on the dust jacket is all beautiful and embossed and things. It looks a proper keeper of a book. So I'm looking forward to all of them. I'm hoping they don't bring them out too thick and fast because they're not cheap.
No, I think it's one a year, isn't it? I think they're plotting.
Oh, is that what they're aiming for?
I think
it's like, was it £43 or something?
I've just put it on screen. It was.
Oh, sorry.
48.39. at the moment.
Waterstones I feel like Waterstones have got it for £60 or something, which is the RRP.
Yeah.
Waterstones.
That's good.
Waterstones wants to know my location. Well, Waterstones can jog on.
Come on, man.
Well, I could have put that up for you while you were faffing with that, but I didn't, did I? Because I'm not mean. Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. I've been booking it still this week. There's a couple of books that I'm reading at the moment. I'm reading that Man That Died 7 Times and also one called Piranesi as well. So they're on the docket that I'm trying to get through, both of them simultaneously, one with each eye, but not really.
Yeah.
Dean Watson says, so it's not a hard box, but it's something that you could bang on a coffee table.
But, to be honest, you could use it as a coffee table. It's that substantial. Yes, Waterstone, £60.
There we go.
So full RRP.
As Wilco 97, this week I picked up Sinners 4K. I thought that was a great movie. Fallout Season 1, I've not watched that. Metal Gear Solid, Delta, and Borderlands 4 on PS5 physical copies. Martin's Movie Cupboard, 2 pickups this week, Karate Kid Legends and Theatre of Blood Blu-rays.
I love Theatre of Blood. It's
I
one
want
of
to
my...
check out Karate Kid.
Yeah, I don't. Theatre of Blood is one of my go-to Vincent Price movies. Very, very entertaining.
Jeremy says £100 for the book, more like 100 kilos for the book.
Yeah, I don't think you're far off with that estimate.
No. Real Sketchman. I got Chucky, the complete series, Superman 2025, and Night of the Living Dead 4K a couple of days ago. You know, I'm not seeing any pickups of Robert Redford movies through this lot yet.
Not yet.
Real Sketchman. I got Vice Academy 1/6 Blu-ray arriving tomorrow. Terrible movies, but I'm a sucker for movies that were on USA up all night. So Meows a lot this week.
Purchase.
I got Cellar Dweller, but it was not purchased, it was gifted to me. Oh, nice.
So there's obviously been a new release of that then. Cellar Dweller was one of my first horror movies when I was a kid.
Was it?
Yeah, I did a art project on it. It was only like a cellar door type thing when I was younger, and you opened it up and he was stood behind it.
Yeah, Kill Show. I own the Shining book set. It's amazing.
I've wanted it for a very long time, but I wasn't paying £100.
No, Super Steve Jones. I ordered End of Days 4K. Schwarzenegger. I made this. I got Sixth String Samurai. Also, it's one I've never watched. Is it worth picking up? Is it worth watching, should I say? Not picking up. Don't pick it up, Phil. Just watch it. Just watch it. There we go. Woody. Picked up Jeremiah Johnson on 4K, on Blu-ray for the late, not so great Robert Redford.
Well, Woody's also said something else, which I've not brought back up because I know you were going to come around to talking about it. Mention the name of a film.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned Anaconda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But first,
so
let me just run through these few. So okay. Steve Jones says, is this turning into a book club? And Sketchman says, yay, a book club. Jeremy Carr, physical media, club disc, book, and vinyl. Yeah, we do chat books every now and again as well because
and I mean, technically this is about a film, so yeah.
It's also still physical media, and let's all be more cultured and read a little bit. But anyway, speaking of being cultured, Anaconda movie.
Anaconda, yeah.
Woody has been asking several people since the beginning who's watched the Anaconda trailer. I watched it. Did you watch it?
I sent it you.
Yes, I know. I know you sent it to me, but did you watch it?
No, I did watch it. And off the back of that, which is something I've not mentioned, and I hovered around it, we watched the original Anaconda this week because Lynn had never seen it before. No. So I said to her going in, you're going to love it because it's one of those films where it's so bad, it's entertaining. And it is poor. It is quite poor. I mean, Jon Voight is one of the worst. It's probably one of... If they were doing Razzies at that time, Jon Voight would have won a Razzie for that performance. This whole kind of, I can't even do it, but this little scowl thing he does all the way through it. He's awful. The film's pretty awful. And you commented on a scene that I pre-warned Lynn about, where they're obviously on the boat runs aground and you've got the waterfall in the background. And then they free the boat from it. And all they do in the film is reverse that same footage. So suddenly the waterfall's going backwards, going up. The fact that they left that in a movie that they were releasing at the cinema is beyond a joke. It's a poor film. But we watched it. Lynn found it quite entertaining for all the reasons that I said, that it's so bad. There's something about it that's quite watchable. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to the new one. I like the premise.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're kind of like fans of the film and decide to go down to South America to remake it and all this kind of stuff. And
I would go watch it.
Ensues.
You know it's going to be pretty much a nonsense film just with shenanigans through it. And I'm there for it. If it's done in the right way and they're not taking themselves too seriously, which they're clearly not, then yeah, I'm there for it. I'll go and watch it. I'm not racing to smash down the multiplex doors to get in there early, but
yeah, it's either going to be a hit or it's going to be a hit with a capital S. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, so I think we're on board, mainly for the people involved. I think that's selling it more than the premise.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a resurgence of the original Anaconda movie.
Yeah,
88 films will be rubbing their hands together, going, God, somebody's actually going to buy the quadrilogy box set that we put out.
They're going to be releasing a hard box of the first one alone in 4K.
Yeah,
or something like that.
It'll get beefed up.
Yes. Have you got anything else to add, Glenn? Because people better get the questions in first, or I'm going to start wrapping this up.
Okay. No, let's start wrapping it like a Christmas present.
Any plans for viewing next week? Are you going to the cinema next week, or not?
Well, like you, I mean, I will be discussing with you when you are seeing the new DiCaprio movie, which is called One War After Another, One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another. It escaped me at that point, but I do want to see that.
Yes. Are you bothered about Conjuring Last Rites?
I think the moment's passed for me now. I think I'm happy to watch that on streaming or something.
I was looking at it. I was looking at show times for. There is a possibility for midweek that I could go Conjuring Last Rites. I think, but like I say, I don't know if I'm that bothered myself. I don't know why.
Like I say, I don't think it's set people's opinion. I've not seen a lot of kind of, it's ended on a high and all this kind of thing. I think everybody still feels like the first one's the best, and
yeah.
If it kind of doesn't live up to the first one, am I that bothered? What we got coming soon then? One Battle After Another. Dead of Winter.
Good Boy, the dog one.
Yeah, well, we talked about that earlier. I'll be avoiding that. I think I know it's the director's dog, but I think it's kind of inappropriate to traumatize this dog just so you can make a movie. Like I said to you, that's not just because I'm a dog owner. I don't like to see it when they kind of upset kids and what have you. You know, when babies are crying and things like that in films. And you think you've poked and prodded that child to get it to cry. And I just find it not right for whatever reason. You know, unlike you that is happy to beat up children at kickboxing and things like that and make them cry. I'm the opposite.
Fair.
Love, not war.
I couldn't go kickboxing this week. Well, I didn't go kickboxing this week because my eldest that I take, he possibly broke something in his ankle. So he's in a hard boot at the moment and can't flex it until we get another scan.
Possibly broke something. So you gave him a good kick in, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, he had an X-ray. He had an X-ray on Friday, I think it was, and they sent it to a specialist, and the specialist said they can see some kind of bone or something floating around, but they're not sure where it came from. So we've got to go to this specialist to get another X-ray from a different angle so they can try and find out if he has actually broke it or if it was something else on the scan. I don't know, but yeah, he's got to go back into the hospital to have it scanned. But at the minute, he's in a big hard boot, so he can't flex his foot or move it anywhere. So yeah, it's been a tough weekend making sure he's all right and got everything that he needs and able to get to the toilet without falling over. Because he can't walk properly on them crutches if I'm kicking at the bottom of them, I've discovered.
Well, you're not going to, yeah, you know, yeah. And, you know, keep hitting him in the head, it's going to affect his balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, yeah, hopefully he'll be back on his feet and I can go and kickboxing. It just worries me if it knocks his confidence on his feet for kickboxing and stuff like that, if he's worried about damaging himself again, it can that can be the worst part of an injury. You can recover, but you know, your body recovers, but not always your head. So it's how long we can get him back into that, really. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to thank everyone for joining us, and I'm going to wrap up the live stream here. And I hope you've enjoyed it, even though it's been a little bit morbid, I suppose, talking about death and other things. But yeah, thank you for joining me, Glenn. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Before I go, I need to remember to do the
we do, yes.
The what am I looking for? The words.
The chart, the
thing.
comment chart, the
Comment chart. What's it thing? Right, here we go.
The scoreboard, whatever you want to call it.
Right, so we've got on the charts. Do you want to go from 10?
Of course. Why would you start at number 1? Everything else is anticlimactic, then.
Number 10, we've got some meows a lot, and I'm missing number 9.
Missing number 9.
Yeah,
nobody wanted number 9.
Yeah, I need to refresh that. Let me refresh it. At 10, we have some meows a lot.
Yes.
Still not there. At 8, we have Cinema-san. 7, we've got Darren G. 6, we have John Robinson. 5, we have Kill Shill. Number 4, we've got AJ Pink. Number 3, we've got Woody. Number 2,
Jeremy Carr. The
real
Jeremy Carr at 2.
Real Sketchman at 2. And at number 1, Jeremy Carr clinches
Jeremy Carr.
There we go, Jeremy. Well done. You get the light show.
Yeah.
Well done, Jeremy.
You get the plaudit.
Yes.
Well done.
Again, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, love you.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.